Okay, so I want to talk about two things about saxophone reeds, and actually this applies to clarinet reeds too in general, but just about reed maintenance and making sure you've got a good reed to play on, no matter what brand you're using of reed. I've got a regular Rico here, nothing fancy. What you want to make sure, these are the two things, that you have an absolutely flat tip. Alright, when you look at it that way, there's no warps. And the second thing is that the table here, the lay portion, this is the part that touches the table of the mouthpiece, that part is totally flat, alright? So let me show you what I mean by that. This part right here, if it ever is warped at all, there's a quick and easy way to fix that. You just put it in your mouth and get it nice and wet, and lay it flat on the table of the mouthpiece. And take your fingers here and just push down on it pretty firmly with your thumb, with a scraping kind of a motion, and then get it wet again. Get your thumbs happening there. And take a look at it. It should be pretty flat. If it's not, just repeat. Do it a bunch of times if you need to, however many times you need to, until it's totally flat. Alright, so that's the first step. You want a super flat reed when you're playing, so that when you line it up, everything's lined up perfect, and it's really responsive when you're playing. Now the second step I was talking about, flattening the lay of the reed, this back end portion, I wouldn't recommend this for younger players. This would be for older, maybe high school players, maybe sophomore and older, I don't know. It depends on the student, of course, and their maturity level, but what I would do is get a piece of sandblasted glass. Van Doren makes a nice one. It's like 40 bucks though, it's a little expensive. But this is really great for working the back part of your reed. By the way, this is flat, so you can flatten your reeds on here if you don't want to use the lay, or the table, I mean, of your mouthpiece. Alright, so the back side here that gets really warped, sometimes it has a tendency to go concave on you. And even though you can't see it visually, you look at the reed and it looks flat. I mean, it looks like there's no problems. But what you do is you just take that part and you lay it flat on the sandblasted surface here. 600 grade sandpaper also works. So you just put it on there and you scrape it a couple times. I don't know, 10, 20 times. I'm not really getting exact here. And you take a look at the bottom of it, and you won't be able to see on camera, but there's actually some shiny parts where the glass has flattened the reed on the bottom, and it looks like it doesn't make a big difference, you know. But once you get it flat, the whole bottom will have like a glassy appearance to it. Once you get it nice, sanded nice and flat. So you do that until you get that sort of glassy, sort of clear surface across the whole back end of the reed, the lay portion of it, so that it's nice and flat. Because that's the part that's going to seal with this part of the mouthpiece when you apply your ligature. And if there is any kind of warpage going on that section of the reed, it's not going to blow right. It's going to be unresponsive, it'll be kind of stuffy, and you won't be able to use it right. So make sure you have good alignment when you line everything up, everything's straight up and down. You've got a really nice flat tip on your reed, and it almost doesn't matter, you know, what kind of reed you're using. You just want to make sure that those two things are happening. You've got a flat tip and a flat lay that's going to touch the table of your mouthpiece. You do those two things and you're going to be in pretty good shape 90% of the time. You're going to get a lot better reed selection out of your box. You're going to be throwing away less reeds when you do that. So those two tips, that's what I got for you today.